सह गण रघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह गण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशां गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So we're going to start with the first session from the Bhagavad Gita. I think few of the devotees have joined for the first time, right? Can we get their names and introduced? I can see a few of the names. Last we had one session on the orientation, and then this session is more on. And then the second session was on the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, and then from today onwards, Krishna willing, we will get into the specific sections in Bhagavad Gita, and then we'll be able to get to. Okay. So I would request the new devotees. Maybe I'll just call Amit Prabhu. One second. Yeah, Amit Prabhu, go ahead. So Amit Prabhu, you just introduce yourself to the other fellow students, devotees. You have to tell your name, from which location, and then you need to quickly tell what is your favorite prasadam. Just 2 minutes.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, everyone. So my name is Amit Bhardwaj. Uh, I got to know everyone through the Puja in 2024, and Ujjwala Prabhu was the one who introduced me to everyone, and I started coming the Sankang program, and slowly I got association of, and basically I'm from Amritsar, and I've been living in Singapore for the past 10 years, and yes, I mean I'm my favorite person. So, yeah, that's it, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. I will thank you, Amit Prabhu. Then I think we have few more devotees also who will have joined. Haladar Prabhu, Dhanavir Prabhu, Nishchay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay, Haribol. Yeah, Nisha, you just have to let us know what is Nisha. Everybody knows Sandeep Prabhu's son, wonderfully doing his chanting and then closes also. No, Nisha, what is your favorite prasadam?
Don't know.
Don't
There are
know.
a lot.
There are a lot. Okay. You don't have any one specific thing, no?
All sweets and in savory, probably samosa.
Okay. Okay. Good. Fine. Thank you. I think that's it. I think mostly all of them are new. All of them have joined earlier itself. I think most of them know. Okay. So last session we had the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, right? How many of you have read what is meant by Sanatan Dharma? How many of you? Either one or two? Okay, then let's get into a quick icebreaker. So I'll just call upon one devotee, and then I'll ask one question, and then followed by the same devotee has to ask another, call upon another devotee, and ask another question. Okay, clear? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay,
Prabhu,
Yeah.
I tried to read something, so can I just
Give me
tell
one
here
second.
what I know? Okay,
Understood. Give me some
okay,
time.
Prabhu. So the Sanatan Dharma is
Prabhu,
sorry,
Anil
sorry.
Prabhu. Yeah,
Yeah,
hold
Prabhu.
on. Hold on. So we will have in a different way now. Okay, we'll have in a different way. Just hold on. Okay, I'll call upon.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah, just hold on. Okay. Anuja Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Yes,
Pranams.
Mataji. Pranams.
Okay.
Wait, Mataji. I'm just going to ask you some question. Then you can. So, what are the 5 principal elements of Bhagavad Gita?
Okay. The ones
Just,
we
just,
discussed.
just name them, Prabhu. Name them, Mataji. Just name them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I totally wiped out. And
Okay,
also,
no problem.
also
No,
Prabhuji, my health is not good, so maybe I
no.
will not be able to talk
Okay,
today.
no problem. No
Sorry,
problem. Take care. Take care.
yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
no problem. Haladar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hmm.
The five elements are like soul, super soul,
Hmm.
and then time,
Hmm.
and then Prakriti, and Karma, Prabhu.
Very good. Okay. Then you call upon somebody else and then just ask some basic question on Bhagavad Gita. You can call anybody. You can call any Prabhuji and then ask any basic question of Bhagavad Gita. You call somebody.
Pandav Bandhu, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Uh,
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, whom did Krishna speak Bhagavad Gita?
This is LKG question. No, no, no. Something else.
Something else. Okay.
Quickly. So others just get prepared. Okay. This is going to go for another 5 minutes. Quickly, round robin. So be ready. Okay, quickly, Prabhu. So many things are there. You read through the last introduction, right? So many things Prabhupada is mentioning in introduction, and then you know about so many things about Bhagavad Gita. Not even getting into the chapters, just basic things. You want some help?
What is disciplic succession, Prabhu?
Hmm. Okay, thank you. Yes, Pandabal.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Disciplic succession starts from Krishna and then Arjuna all the way to different paramparas to Srila Prabhupada and to our Guru Maharaj.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Thank
Discipline succession starts from Krishna, then to Brahma, then to Narada, then to Vyasadeva, and then all the rishis, and then great kings, and then we follow our sampradaya. Thank you. Yes, Pandav Prabhu, you call upon some Mataji, any Mataji.
Okay.
Don't call your wife, okay?
Okay.
Quickly.
Okay. Rama Rasika Devidasi.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, Mataji.
Hmm.
Prabhu, I don't know. We need to ask only from the introduction or anything we.
Anything, basic Bhagavad Gita. Just
Okay.
see, this is just a rinse and repeat session. How well we are getting into deep dive of Bhagavad Gita. Quickly.
Okay, bro. Mataji, what Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, what are the different types of people approach Krishna?
There are, I think, 4 or 5 types. I don't remember. 1 second.
It's okay, Mataji. Prabhu, don't ask tough questions. Some are basic questions you can ask. Okay. Yeah, Mataji, you can try. No problem. That's okay. You can try. Okay. Quickly, let's go. Fine, Mataji. No problem. Artho, Arthati, Jignasu, Jnanisha. Okay. 4 types. One who is in distress, one who wants money, one who wants fame, other one is who wants knowledge, other one is who is the seeker, the devotee. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Rama Mataji, you can call some other Mataji now. You can call any of your favorite Matajis in the group and ask a question.
Maybe Ramati Mataji.
Whichever you feel like she can answer quickly.
Yeah, maybe the 5 types of state, like bhavs of the devotees.
Shantaras, which is in the passive state, then Dasya, which is in servitude, then there is Sakyam, which is in friendship, Vatsalya, which is parental, and then Madhurya.
Haribo, thank you. Mataji, you call some other Mataji quickly.
Okay. Urvisha Mataji.
Vibhul.
Sorry, to the for a question. Okay. Mataji, what are the 2 basic essential things to understand the message of Bhagavad Gita? This is reference from introduction.
Very good. They should have read the introduction. You can give a clue, Mataji, maybe.
You need a clue, Mataji?
Yes.
Okay. Prabhuji, I'm not sure if I give a clue, it will almost answer. Maybe you can give the clue, Prabhuji.
Repeat, Mataji.
Okay.
Okay.
The two essential things to understand the message of Bhagavad Gita. I mean, what is it that we should have? What qualities should we possess to
Okay,
be able to understand the message of Bhagavad Gita?
Devotee of the Lord, and you should be surrendered. Something else.
It's along the same lines.
Yes, it is along the same lines.
Okay, go ahead. Tell the answer.
Okay, so the first thing is we must accept Sri Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. And then the second one is we should have a submissive spirit understanding Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you. Mataji, you call somebody else. Quickly. 5. Urija Mataji, you're there, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Your call.
Shri Mataji.
Hmm.
So in what in what success, what would we say? Who did Krishna speak to Bhagavad Gita before? Was first spoken to who? And
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Vivaswan Mataji, the sun god. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
And then Vivaswan?
Vivaswan. Manurikshwaku. Ikshwaku.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, just quick rapid fire. Suresh Prabhu, what are all the main yogas in Bhagavad Gita mentioned? No, Suresh Prabhu is there on. He's in something.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga,
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Vipin Prabhu, how many slokas are there in Bhagavad Gita?
So Hare Krishna Prabhu, 700 slokas, Prabhu.
700 slokas. How many chapters are there?
18 chapters, Prabhu.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, let's get into them. So I want this repeat quick sessions every session, just 5 minutes, just to rinse and repeat what is that we have understood, at least basic things, so that it keeps on repeating, so that it will be easy for us to keep repeating and then understand basic elements, right from what is it, and then to the different aspects. Every chapter we will cover some specific sections, so that it will go into your mind and then get stored. Okay. Fine. Let's get into. I think everybody should have the either your book or your mobile or your devices. Just get into first chapter, first sloka. I want somebody else can. Anuj Prabhu, you are using your laptop, or is anyone open using your laptop?
Yes, Prabhu. I am using.
Yeah, Pandav Prabhu. Yeah, Pandav. Just show the first sloka. Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll get into the sloka part then quickly. Observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Dharma kshetre Kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjayam. Dharma kshetre Kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjayam. Dharma kshetre Kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjayam. Okay, go by alphabetical order. We will start reading the synonym and translation for the first sloka, and then afterwards we will try to target today's target is to complete first 10 slokas quickly, get into the purport, the translation portion also. Some of the purports we will just go skim through and then get going. Okay, so we'll go by the alphabetical order. I don't know why Sachi Sudhabarbu is showing in the front, but Amit Prabhu, you can start with the synonym and translation. Then when I say stop, the next devotee in the queue, like Anandi Mataji, Anil Prabhu, Anush Anuja Mataji, Dhanavir Prabhu, Haladar Prabhu, like that, you just keep going. Okay. Yeah. Amit Prabhu, you can start with the synonyms and translation.
Dhritarashtra Uwach. King Dhritarashtra said, Dharmakshetre, in the place of pilgrimage, Kurukshetre, in the name Kurukshetra, Samaveta assembled, Yutsava, desiring to fight, Mamakaha, my party, sons, Vaha, the sons of Pandu, and Eva, certainly. Kim, what did they do? Sanjaya, O Sanjaya. Translation. Dhritarashtra, after months and the sons of Pandu assembled place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they? Bhagavad Gita is the widely read ritualistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that we should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. Understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teachings is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplinic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom, scriptures of the world. One will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is laid in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is a perfect theistic sign because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya described in the Mahabharata from the basic principles for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age, spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word
Okay. Thank you.
Dharmakshetra.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Okay. So, what are all the primary characters mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya, then Duryodhana, then a whole lot of kings, and then primarily Krishna and Arjuna. So it starts with Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya. In between some slokas, Sanjaya will come and talk something and then he'll go. But initially it starts with Dhritarashtra and then you Duryodhana also, but Duryodhana doesn't have a direct sloka, but he is also mentioning through Sanjaya. And then and then he mentions a wide list of all the assembled warriors, but focus is on between conversation between Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. Okay, so what is the basic thing? What is the specific standard of Bhagavad Gita? One will find Bhagavad Gita that all the other things, whatever you want from a knowledge perspective, everything is available in Bhagavad Gita in all these specific 18 slokas. And then how do we understand Bhagavad Gita? The understanding of Bhagavad Gita will come only when we start reading through Bhagavad Gita. Okay, whatever understanding how to read Bhagavad Gita is also mentioned within Bhagavad Gita itself. Okay, that is what the main point of this. Okay, continue. Next. Mataji, who's next? Anandi Mataji. See, I don't want to call each of your names. Please be alert.
The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his son and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship, even for the denizens of heaven. Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that This would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjaya was a student of Vyasa and therefore by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situations on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belonged to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana and the others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious persons hated by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the word Dharmakshetra and Kurukshetra, apart from their historical and Vedic importance. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So let's take some time to understand these two words, very important words. Mahabharata, how do we understand Mahabharata? Most of us will know the story. Each of these two characters represent certain type of behavior, certain type of mannerism, certain type of way they talk, and they follow certain way in which it is favorable towards certain aspects and not favorable to certain aspects. Now, Bhagavad Gita, it starts with somebody like Dhritarashtra, like who is blind, correct? So he's blind not only physically, he's blind totally out of ignorance also. Okay, so philosophically, if you see, Bhagavad Gita starts with somebody who is totally zero, totally blind, totally who doesn't know anything. And the characteristic of Dhritarashtra is what? From the beginning, what is his characteristics? His lot of attachment towards his own sons, whatever be it, whatever be the worst situations, whatever be the wrong things did by Duryodhana, right? From the beginning, he knows whatever Duryodhana is doing is incorrect. He knows all his sons are doing totally wrong. He knows pulling Draupadi's saree is completely wrong. He knows everything, but still, what is the main thing that covers his blindness is called as the attachment towards his sons, right? So Bhagavad Gita gives a very, very important lesson, understanding importance of how and not to get too much of attachment towards own children. When I say own children, means here it means the ill activities, the bad behavior, the mannerisms that Duryodhana demonstrated is all kind of a lesson for us to show what kind of a parent, how we are supposed to act, what are the actions we have to supposed to do. First point. Second point, he failed as a parent, he also failed as a king. The responsibility of a king of a Dhritarashtra at Hastinapura as an appointed person has got certain principles, certain elements of truth, and certain way of taking decisions. Okay, so Dhritarashtra failed in that aspect also. Okay, so first is failing as a parent is first aspect. Second aspect is which is more important, because when you sit in the particular simhasan, when you sit in the throne as a king, you are supposed to take proper decisions. Appropriate behavioral elements have to be brought out. All those things also completely failed. Now, interestingly, Krishna starts his Bhagavad Gita with this person because he is also one of the primary reasons for this war. He is also the primary reason for having this kind of a conflict, and he is also the primary reason to get. He is also the cause of killing his own sons. What happens after this war is everybody are getting killed. Who is the primary reason? Because of this person. Even though Duryodhana is the main culprit or main person, the person who is supposed to act, person who is supposed to stop, person who is supposed to take appropriate action decision failed. Okay, so in Bhagavad Gita we have different characters, and we will go through when we go through each of the chapters. Then, in Mahabharata, we will take up some specific characters and do a character analysis. Why do we do a character analysis in Mahabharata? It will reflect certain aspects towards us also. So when Bhagavad Gita gives the lesson of how the characters represent certain behaviors that we do. Okay, so one is the story part of Mahabharata. Second is the characters' behavior exhibition, and what is the lesson that we take out of these specific characters. What is Duryodhana's character? What is Dhritarashtra's character? What is Sakuni's character? And importantly, Sanjaya will come. Sanjaya will demonstrate a very high level of diplomacy. The sloka, that how he puts the words that he uses, is also at a high level. He's considered a normal charioteer or a secretary or a servant of Dhritarashtra, but he is considered as one of the greatest nice devotees of Krishna. He is a disciple of he got the instructions from Veda Vyas, but situated in a particular situation, how to act, how to put the words exactly what is required, because we are getting this entire Bhagavad Gita through the words of Sanjaya. Okay, so that we need to understand. But the words that he uses is absolutely fantastic, and that is because he outwardly he is just a normal kind of a Shudra personality, just a servant personality, a charioteer. But the knowledge, the exhibition of this knowledge, putting those words in the correct time, demonstrates he is a very, very nice devotee. So what does that mean? So Pandityam means it's not that I will get graduated, no, that doesn't matter. Knowledge is where you get the exact understanding of what is supposed to be spoken, what is not supposed to be spoken, how are we aligned towards Krishna, how are we aligned towards Krishna. So that is exhibited by Sanjaya. Okay, two opposite characters, but always together. One is Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya. Sanjaya is always with him. So he utilizes Bhagavad Gita to teach him also. Later in Mahabharata, Vidura also, through Bhagavatam, we will understand. Vidura also tries to teach him, but still he will not. Finally, only he will get that realization. Here also in Bhagavad Gita, very sarcastically, Sanjaya will use certain words, certain way of putting the final conclusion, but still Dhritarashtra is blind. Okay, till now clear? You're getting the points?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just note it down.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So these are all the points that you need to note it down, so that when you, as I repeat, you should be able to convey these points to others. Okay, that is the main understanding. Now coming to Dhritarashtra's point, then the second point is Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, it is like we all know from Delhi, it is about 3-4 hours drive. But main point, what is as per our Shastra, Kurukshetra has been even before Mahabharata, even before Hastinapura was established, even before that place was considered a pilgrimage place. Like how we have Prayag, we have Kasi, we have so many other wonderful places. The Kurukshetra is a wonderful place where all the like for example, we call it as Naimisharanyam. We have so many other places also, right? So Kurukshetra is considered as a place where all the rishis, munis, everybody will gather, and they will do a lot of yajna, a lot of tapasya, a lot of activities, and then they go. So it's a place where good things alone will happen, where victory is 100% assured, where Krishna's blessings will be definitely there, and no ill things will happen, no bad activities will be happening. So whomsoever having wrong qualities, wrong mannerisms, or wrong characters will get punished. Okay, that is the understanding. So Krishna uses Dhritarashtra to put the words into his way of mouth, or how to it, but to bring the essence of the understanding. So Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. So which means what? Dhritarashtra already knows it's a good place, but still he wants his sons to win. Okay, so that is the primary understanding. He knows that this place is good, this place is always this one, but still the attachment is above his thoughts. So what does it mean? Sometimes the knowledge, sometimes the understanding will be there, but sometimes the attachment will go on top of it and then blind a person. right? So for example, you are a policeman, or you're a lawyer or a judge. If you're a good parent. If somebody does a mistake and you say no, they are my own friends, my relatives, let them go, it's okay, I will try to do, means you are actually going against the dharma, right? So that is where attachment is very, very dangerous. To ensure, we need to be very, very clear as per dharma. Okay, so dharma kshetre kurukshetre. So the word Kurukshetra comes from the Kuru dynasty. So the ancestral kings from the dynasty. There was a king called Kuru Vamsam, right? The Kuru was there. He was a very great, valiant king, and from his name, the entire generation called Kuru Vamsam. Okay, and Prabhupada in this section, the first chapter, first sloka, he is making a very nice point. What does it mean? Father of religion, Sri Krishna. If you note it down, Krishna, as Prabhupada is making it very nicely. The purpose of having everybody assembled, like how if you have run through Krishna book, if you have run through the Bhagavatam 10th canto, Krishna, when he descends, he has multiple purposes. One of the purposes, we'll go to the purposes in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. Okay, which means he will come for re-establishing dharma and then protecting his devotees and then annihilating all miscreants, annihilating all the purpose. So that is one of the primary reasons for his avatar. There are multiple reasons, but primarily he is mentioning it in Bhagavad Gita. So here Prabhupada making that point very clearly in this particular place. Before this also, what I want to convey is when Krishna killed Jarasandha, killed Kamsa, after that what happens? This Jarasandha came. How many times? Minimum 16 times he came, right? 16 times he came, and then he fought with Krishna and Balram in the near Mathura. But all the 16 times, what happens? Krishna will just leave Jarasandha. He will kill all the other groups. So every time the defeated this Jarasandha, what he will do? He will just go collect all the other supporting kings, small kings, whomsoever having. They will come fight. They will get killed. So it was continuously happening, and Krishna mentions that this is one of the purposes in which I want to annihilate. I want to clear all the weeds. Prabhupada is making the word weeds. So in a field, if you want to grow nice paddy, nice rice or whatever be it, you need to remove the weeds. So because the weeds will destroy the entire thing. So that is one of the primary reasons that he did an activity in Mathura. The same thing Krishna repeats here in this Mahabharata war. He wants all of them destroyed except for the Pandavas. Except for the Pandavas, everybody are annihilated, everybody are killed. So what is the primary reason? To re-establish religion, to re-establish what is dharma, to re-establish what is required for the next generation. So that is one of the main points. Okay, so the word dharma kshetra is important, kurukshetra is also important, understanding of Dhritarashtra is also important, understanding of Sanjaya is also important, and little bit on Dhritarashtra also. The word mamaka, okay, so here it means, if you go little more detail, the word mamaka pandavas chaiva, here outwardly it means what? My sons and Pandu's sons, right? From here itself we can understand how much close he is with his own sons. And Pandu is whom? Pandu is also his own brother's son, right? And Pandu also died at a very young age. In fact, both the groups grew together only, right? So from this itself, he is making it very clear they are somebody else. They are my brother's sons. Okay, in a large family, mostly everybody will be together, right? But this Dhritarashtra had that thought always that my sons are superior, my children are superior, and Pandu's children are inferior. So that is there. That is clearly reflecting from the sloka. Okay, so that's why in Bhagavad Gita, every word will have some interpretations, outward interpretation and internal interpretations. So if you read through the translation, you will get the external one, that what Krishna wants to convey. But internally, if you read only through Prabhupada purport, we will be able to understand. Clear? The third important point from Dhritarashtra's word is called Kim Akurbata Sanjaya. So what does it mean? Does it mean that Dhritarashtra wants to have the war or he wants to stop the war? He definitely wants to have the war to happen somehow or the other. See, generally, in a situation, his own sons are there. He knows it is very tough. He knows Pandu's sons are very, very valiant, but still he knows that no, the chance of winning is 50-50. But still he wants to have the war. So he is in a desperate situation. Sometimes when we are in desperate situation, what we know that we are weak, but still even in the desperate situation, we might assume that, oh, I have to do it. I have to somehow or other I have to win. Somehow or other I have to win. But we know it is not possible. Right. So Dhritarashtra's character also resembles these kinds of situations. In one sloka, this is the only one sloka Dhritarashtra speaks, and that's all. But within that one sloka, you can see multiple flavors of his own characters and how it is getting exhibited. 4 lines, but it gives a lot of meaning. So he is meaning Kim Akuruta Sanjaya. He wants one. Hey, they are supposed to fight. They are assembled there. Why are they not fighting? Which means what he wants to have the war quickly, something or the other has to happen. He has to see his sons get victory. So the desperateness is also brought out. Okay, clear? So where is it? Samaveta Yutsavaha. Yutsava means here what? Desiring to fight. Who is desiring to fight? Both the parties. So he is getting that desperation. So he is putting a question and as well as bringing out his desperation. Okay, clear?
Yes.
I just took time to for this sloka alone a little more because this is a foundation sloka that lays for the entire knowledge getting understood. So Dhritarashtra's position, Dhritarashtra's desperation, Dhritarashtra's question, and thereafter what does Sanjaya come? Okay, in the next 2 slokas, we will see the character of Sanjaya. Okay. Next sloka. दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तताम् आचार्यम् उपसङ्गम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत्. Yeah, who else? Yeah, Anil Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu. So starting with the translation, Sanjaya said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke about the following words. Okay, Dhritarashtra was blind from birth. Unfortunately, he was also a bereft of spiritual vision. He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion, and he was sure that they would never reach an understanding with Pandavas, who were who were all precious since birth. Since he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage, and Sanjaya could understand his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Sanjaya wanted therefore to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. Sanjaya therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander in chief Dronacharya and informed him of the real position. Although Duryodhana is mentioned as the king, he still had to go to the commander on account of the seriousness of the situation. He was therefore quite fit to be a politician, but Duryodhana's diplomatic veneer could not disguise the fear that he felt when he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so what is the situation? What is the characteristic of Sanjaya here? So Sanjaya, can somebody reflect quickly on what is it Sanjaya trying to do? Anybody?
Sanjay is trying to encourage Dhritarashtra because in the previous verse he's he's asking what are they doing, because he's thinking, I hope because of the holy influence of the place Kurukshetra, they should not be making any compromise. So here he's trying to ascertain him that there's no chance of compromise, and the war is sure to happen because of the activities that Duryodhana is doing.
Thank you. Nice, Mataji. Good. So he's not encouraging. He is trying to please his boss. Okay. Yeah. The word encourage is something where somebody wants to perform an action. We will use the word encourage. But here he's trying to pacify.
Yeah.
He's trying to correct. He's trying to pacify. He's trying to encourage. He's trying to give that solace, or he's going to give a right message that yes, boss, I can understand what is the feeling you are coming. I can understand from which point of view you are trying to ask this question. So this is the answer. Okay, so in a way where we can really, Sanjaya could have directly told, "Oh King, Krishna has come, Arjuna has come, so it is going to fight." Which means what immediately what will happen to Dhritarashtrama? He'll become more angry and more this one, right? But here he wants to put it in a very sarcastic way, and as well as put the right message to him that yes, this is Duryodhana's state of mind, and this is where all of them are vesseled, and this is what Duryodhana is going to convey the message. Okay, so he's trying to, Prabhupada is using the word encourage the despondent king. Okay, nice word. The despondent here means who is very desperate situation. He was like, I have to, something happened, I have to do. Okay, so that is the understanding. Okay, and then the last portion of this also talks about Duryodhana. Okay. Duryodhana Raja Vachanam Abravit. The word Raja Vachanam Abravit is used. Raja Vachanam Abravit here. Acharya Upasangamya. So he goes and directly stands in front of Dronacharya. Right? So he stands in front of Dronacharya, and then he's going to talk. What is he going to talk will come in the next slokas. But what is going to Raja Vachanam Abravit? Two interpretations we can convey. One is Raja here, it means Dhritarashtra also. But the other way of putting it, Prabhupada is mentioning is Raja Vachanam. So Raja here also indicates as Duryodhana. Actually speaking, Duryodhana is not Raja, correct? So it is he is not the emperor. Who is the emperor? Who is the king? Still Dhritarashtra only. But just to please his boss, just to make sure, like, okay, hey, your son might get victorious. He might become the full king, and we can sometimes we call Yuvaraj or the prince also as Raja sometimes, right? So just to make that points, he's just making that point. The other word is used here is also very important. Vachanam. Okay. Vachanam here means in Sanskrit words, Vachanam means dialogue, Vachanam means conversation, Vachanam means something. Vachanam Abravit together it means blabbering also. Okay, so in one perspective it is direct meaning. The other meaning is Vachanam Abravit. Okay, Abravit means he spoke. But how did he speak is also very important. That is also in one way, not in a very correct way. He was just like that blabbering. That is also another interpretation we can understand. Okay. So Vyudam Duryodhana Siddha. So he comes. So he's seeing both the sides. Pandavani come. Vyudam Duryodhana. So he comes. He sees how the assembly of warriors are between both the sides. So here the main important point that will cover in the next sloka is they will not start a war. So a war in those Vedic ages followed certain rules and regulations. Like for example, in a football match or in a cricket match, the referee or the umpire should come. They will have to start blowing the whistle. Both the captains will be on opposite side, either putting the toss or whatever be it. Then the game will start. Same way, when both of them were assembled, the Vedic injection indicates that somebody from the main commander-in-chief should blow the conch, and then from this side also the commander-in-chief should blow the conch, and respective other positioned warriors, they also have to start blowing the conch. So just imagine the situation now. It is not just a small playground. Prabhupada mentions in some of the lectures, and our acharyas also mentioned, Kurukshetra is not just one single ground of like 1 kilometer. It is more than 5-6 kilometers, very large area, and then the entire spread of the warriors runs across kilometers. So which means what? Somebody in one corner will not know who is standing on the other corner. So it's a very large one. So how does that communication happens? Communication happens through blowing the conch. Okay, so you just have to imagine how the situation is. So blowing the conch from one corner will indicate, yes, war has started, let us start fighting. Okay, and then they will start the war only after sun rises, so which means in bright sunlight. And then immediately when the sun sets down, there will be a blowing the conch, and then they will stop the war. Whatever be the situation, they will, if somebody is going to get killed also, he will stop. Okay, so that is where they followed the dharma. They followed the rules of the war. This is Mahabharata war. But if you compare between Ramayana war was completely different. Ramayana war was majoritarily between whom? This is between two men. Okay, I'm giving an indication. So Ramayana was between two, between who are the main parties? Ramayana?
Ram and Ravan.
No, I meant the warriors.
Asura.
God, like God and Asura.
Okay, somebody else.
The demons and monkeys.
Yeah, correct. So it is between monkeys and demons. So which means what? You cannot expect rules and regulations in Ramayana, in the Ramayana war. Okay, so here at least these are all Kshatriyas. The persons who have assembled, they follow rules and regulations, and men of high caliber, high class. Okay, it'll come in. Okay, Rati, Atirati, Maharati. So they follow certain procedures. But Ramayana war is something completely Asuras. They never follow rules. They'll do all kinds of this. Monkeys also. So that is where Ramayana war went day and night also. Sometimes night times also. So they will take turns to protect. Night times also something will happening. So they will take turns. They'll go back to the tent. Somebody has to guard them. Somebody has to keep fighting. So it went on continuously. But Mahabharata is not like that. Mahabharata is where they had friends, they had relatives on both the sides. It is all between whom? It is all between the same family, same group only, right? Between we call it as like bandhu, right? Between same group only. So there's nothing new enmity. Right? They are all very close only. So what will happen after the war? They'll have some friends. So both the camps will go. Soldiers will go here, there. They'll talk. They'll do. So which means they followed the procedure very thoroughly, very clearly. Okay. So this is the difference between Ramayana war and Mahabharata war. Okay. So now Raja Vachanam Brevi. So he's going to talk something which is very illogical. Something is very this one. But Prabhupada is putting the word diplomatic. Diplomacy has got two aspects. Diplomacy, which is very good, which is required at certain situations, you put it in a very diplomatic way. For example, our teachers or our acharyas, our guru, if you go and ask, they will never say immediately no. But very diplomatically, they will put it in a way. It is up to you to decide, this is what is my opinion. And if these things are doing, then you will have to see what can be done. So they'll put certain very nice diplomatic way of putting it. Interpreting the diplomatic way requires knowledge. Okay, sometimes we just take it, oh no, I think he has said okay, but in fact our acharya or our Maharaj would have said no only, but we will have our own interpretation and then we will just say, hey, I told him, I got it, right? But if you go through the lens, if you go through the knowledge aspect of understanding that particular word, then you will realize, oh yes. Okay, this applies to Devakinandan Prabhu also. Many times, Prabhu, when he speaks in the class or when he mentions, when he declares certain aspect, outwardly it might look okay. This is what this, but you need to go a little deep dive, understand what is the actual interpretation he wants to convey. Then you will get the real message. This applies to all the great acharyas, Vaishnavas, because they follow the etiquette, they follow the way it is to be diplomatically conveyed to ensure it is the message is properly taken up. This is at the right perspective. The other perspective of seeing of diplomacy is cunningness, right? So cunningness, everybody knows. Okay, so this is where Duryodhana uses Prabhupada is making it. He's fit for a politician and putting it more from a diplomatic way. So what is the word politician here generally Prabhupada mentions? Typically, how do you define a politician? Anybody?
Diplomats, bro.
Diplomats are different. Politicians are different. Okay. So Prabhupada is using the word, he's therefore quite fit to be a politician, which means what?
Politicians like who know how to play with diplomacy.
Correct. Who knows how to play with diplomacy. Perfect. Then
They might sometimes be malicious in their statements.
Make sure
okay.
that his work is done.
Correct. Make sure their work is done. Correct. Correct. This is the main point. Okay. In the same lines.
Politician will address what the mass would like to hear. He will position himself to the masses.
Now let's go to the context. Okay. Contextually, you just think about it and answer. Duryodhana, politician. What is the context? And if you can understand contextually, then you will get the correct understanding. Mataji was about to the point. Correct. That is absolutely right. To make his things happen, he will do whatever required. First point. Second point, he'll be very, very greedy. He will not worry, he will not bother about what happens to others.
So it means I feel that he was actually very fearful when he saw the army, but to hide his fear, he went up to his acharya, went up to the commander in chief to show that he respects him and just how he wants to basically know how he is prepared to fight.
Okay, sorry, I think there was some connection. Okay, so the word Prabhupada is making that point very clearly. Mostly are 100% politicians here. Prabhupada making that point. Either we speak to be a politician means they will know what is required. They will know how to get things done from others, and they will be very greedy also. Clear? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. And the last word is very important. He felt when he saw the military arrangement of Pandavas. So the moment he saw the military arrangement of Pandavas, actually he became very fearful. Okay. Diplomatic manner could not disguise the fear. So the last word Prabhupada is usually all the purpose of Prabhupada, the last few lines are punchlines. Okay. So Prabhupada is making that. So actually Duryodhana become very fearful, but he doesn't want to show that fear. At the same time, he wants to ensure something should happen. So these are all so many things involved within one particular sloka. Okay. Then he goes and addresses his acharya. Okay. So this also represents, exhibits Duryodhana's character. And then the next two slokas also is all about Duryodhana's character. Okay. Let's quickly go. Who's going to Pashaitam Pandaputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tavasishyena Dhimata Pashaitan Pandaputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tavasishyena Dhimata. Yes. Please read. So I don't want to call you, just who's there.
Shall I read word to word also, Prabhuji?
Yes, word to word, Mataji. Oh, if you are not well, it's okay, Mataji. I'll get Dhanavir to read.
Prabhuji, I will read a little bit until the translation because this is the first class.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay, go ahead.
Pashya, behold, etam this Panduputranam of the sons of Pandu, Acharya, O teacher, Mahatim, great, Chamum, military force, Vyudham, arranged, Drupada Putrena by the sons of Draupada, Tava, your Shishyena, disciple, Dhimata, very intelligent, O my dear, O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple of son of Drupada.
Thank you, Mataji. Dhanavir, yeah.
Okay. Duryodhan, a great diplomat, wanted to point out the defects of Dronacharya, the great Brahmana commander-in-chief. Dronacharya had some political quarrel with King Drupada, the king of Draupadi, who was Arjuna's wife. As a result of this quarrel, Drupada performed a great sacrifice by which he received the benediction of having a son who would be able to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets when the son of Drupada, Drishtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. Now on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Drishtadyumna took the sides of the Pandavas, and it was he who arranged for their military phalanx. After having learned the art from Dronacharya, Duryodhan pointed out this mistake of Dronacharya's so that he might be alert and uncompromising in the fighting. By this, he wanted to point out also that he should not be similarly lenient in the battle against the Pandavas, who were also Dronacharya's affectionate students. Arjuna especially was his most affectionate and brilliant student. Duryodhan also warned that such leniency in the fight would lead to defeat.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. So who knows this story? The story behind Dronacharya and Drupada. Everybody knows this story. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Quickly tell the story.
Okay,
We'll start
so
from the beginning of between Dronacharya and Drupada.
okay, so Prabhuji, Dronacharya and Drupada were classmates when they were studying, and they were very good friends. And at that time, when once Drupad told Dronacharya that when he grows up, he will give half of his wealth to Dronacharya. So they grew up. Drupad became the king. Dronacharya was a poor Brahmin, and once his son was crying because there was no milk and he was very hungry. So he thought, my friend had promised me that he would give me his wealth. So he went to Drupad and told him that, I'm your best friend from the Gurukul, and then you promised me you will give half of your wealth to me. And when Drupad saw him, he totally denied making that promise, and he made fun of Dronacharya and asked him to just leave. Dronacharya was very angry at what Drupad did that time, and then he trained his students to go and capture Drupad and bring him to Dronacharya. I think initially he sent Kauravas, but they failed. And then later he sent the Pandavas. And Arjun was the one who actually captured Drupad and brought him to Dronacharya. And at that time, Dronacharya then took half of his wealth because he was captured. After that incident, Drupad was very angry and he wanted to take revenge from Dronacharya, and he did a sacrifice from which Drishtadyumna appeared, and he took birth only to avenge Dronacharya. So his birth was mainly to kill Dronacharya as a matter of revenge from the side of Drupad.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so this story I think most of you will know, but most importantly, he will not take the kingdom, Mataji. He just wanted to avenge whatever injustice or ill thing that this Drupada did. Okay, that is one point. The second point of this story is the Pandavas, when they were small, young boys itself, they will go and fight and then they will win it. Okay. And then the third point was this Drupada and Draupadi will come out of the yajna. So they are twins. Drishtadyumna and Draupadi are twins coming out of the yajna. Okay. And then we all know the story where then afterwards, what will happen is afterwards, when when there was a Swayamvara for Draupadi, all these go and then they get married. Okay, that portion, okay. And after that point of time, they will this Drupada will realize that Dronacharya is still very knowledgeable. So what he'll do is he will send his own son to get trained under Dronacharya. So Dronacharya will have Drupada's son Drishtadumna also has his disciple, and the Pandavas also, Pandavas and Kauravas. So during the war, what will happen? This Drupada will be the commander in chief. Mainly important is from Pandava's side, it will be Drishtadumna, and then on the Kaurava's side, it will be Bhishmadev. So Bhishmadev will be commander in chief until he's kind of defeated or he's kind of laid down. Then only Karna will come in. Somebody will ask, where is Karna? So all these questions will come. Karna will come into picture only after Bhishma is like kind of laid down. But in the other stories, there are a lot of other interpretations. But Karna will come only after this one. So that is what the arrangement is. Here, Drishtadumna is the commander in chief. So what is the role of commander in chief? The role of commander in chief in an army is Vyudam. Vyudam means how to set up the entire army lineup. Okay, they'll follow certain procedures, certain way of viewing, so that they will target. For example, today they will target Yudhishthira Maharaj. They will target Bhima. They will try to create some specific groups within the army point, and then they will create them. So that is how this Abhimanyu also gets killed. Okay, so they will create some Vyudam. They'll create an arrangement, and then within that arrangement, they will try to do the fighting. So every day, that is also again war view. So even now also in various wars, you will see they'll create some scheme. They'll call it operation this, operation that, etc. Right? So within that operation, only few of them will know how to, or what is the main thing about that execution. Others will just follow it. Right? Operation Blue Star, operation, so many operations they call it. Same way, the Vyudam is also in a concept where that is existing many years ago. So that is all managed by the commander in chief, and all others will just follow what is that person, even though that person may be a junior person. That doesn't matter. Okay, so in Kuru's side it was Bhishma Pita, and then this side it was Drishtadumna. Okay, so what is the main point here? Duryodhana wants to kind of invoke that point. What is the invoke point? See, your own disciple has arranged the Pandava side, but you should remember he is born because to kill you, which means you should not show any leniency. First point. Second point, Pandavas, we all know, everybody knows that Dronacharya is very fond of these Pandavas, but he has taken the position on the other side, and he has to act according to the rules, according to the game, according to whatever he is being this one. So he should not be uncompromising. He should not compromise on it. He should not be lenient. He should not give up. Okay. So these are all the main points Duryodhana wants to bring it out. So in the sense what, he's a thorough diplomat. He's a thorough person to put correct words, to invoke that anger, to invoke that particular sense of the urgency, sense of the importance, to make sure that Dronacharya fights for Kurus. Okay, clear?
Yes, right.
Okay, and the word Prabhupada is using something else, very important word. Dronacharya is a perfect liberal Brahmana. All Brahmanas are liberal, but Prabhupada is using the word liberal Brahmana, which means what? Brahmana means he should follow certain very nice Brahmanical qualities, but at the same time, when he is playing this role as a Kshatriya here, so he's a Brahmana, but he is also a warrior, and at the situation, he cannot become like a Brahmana. Okay, I will forgive you, I will not do this, okay, let me, no. So when he takes up that role, he has to perfectly play that warrior role. So that is why Prabhupada is also putting that nice thing. Yet as a liberal Brahmana, he should not. And that is why. So Dronacharya knows this also. So it is not a hidden thing. Dronacharya knows he can be killed only through this Drishadumna. Okay, so that is why after some days, what will happen? We know about Ashwatthama, Kunjaraha, like this. What is this? Yudhishthira will call the name, and then that elephant thing, and then it gets right. So that point of the time, who wants to read? अत्र सूरामहेश्वासा भीमार्जुन समायुधि युधानो विराटश्च द्रुपच्च ततः. Who's supposed to read?
Synonyms: Atra, here; Suraha, heroes; Mahaishwasha, mighty bowmen; Bhimarjuna, to Bhima and Arjuna; Sama, equal; Yudhi, in the fight; Yudhana, Virata, Cha, also; Drupada, Cha, also; Maharatha, great fighters. Translation: Here in my army are many heroic bowmen, equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. Great fighters like Yudhana, Virata, and Drupada. Purport: Even though Drishtadyumna was not very important obstacle in the face of Dronacharya's very great power in the military art, there are many others who were causes of fear. They are mentioned by Duryodhana as great stumbling blocks on the path of victory, because each and every one of them was as formidable as Bhima and Arjuna. He knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, and thus he compared the others with them.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So he's telling Yudhana, Virata, Drupada also. So Drupada is also there, okay, which means what? His son Drishtadyumna is also there, Drupada is also there, Yudhana is there, Virata Raj, the Raja of Virata. So sometimes king's name is called, or king's place, Kasiraj. He will say Kasiraj means king of Kasi. Here also Virata Raj. Viratam is a place, it's a province, and the king is called as Virata Raj. Okay, so sometimes the king's names are used, or else the names of the particular province or the land which they rule. Okay, next. So here Duryodhana is taking some specific points. What he's saying, he's coming straight into the position of this Dronacharya and starts addressing him. So when he starts addressing, first point he told us about how the assembly is done, and then within that assembly he is going specifically into each of the specific personalities. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Prabhu, Mataji.
दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् रुचितकुन्तिभोजश्च शैबश्च नरपुङ्गव. दृष्टकेतु चेकितान काशीराज च also वीर्यवान, very powerful. Purujita Kuntiboja cha, and Shebya cha, and Narapungava, hero in human society. There are also great heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashiraja, Purujita, Kuntiboja, and Shebya. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. The word Nara Pungava is a very nice word. Okay, Nara means human being. Pungava means the best among the people. So the word is also nicely mentioned. And so diplomatically, what Duryodhana wants to convey, first of all, before I tell about whomsoever assembled on my side, you should understand whom are all assembled on the other side. So which means you have to start calculating, you have to start evaluating the strength of the other side. So that means it is very important. For example, in our days at least, right, when a cricket match starts, first thing we will see who are all there in the cricket match, in the players selected for that particular game, right? Then they will know what is the strength, whether they will win or they will lose, correct? They will see how many number of spinners, how many number of fast bowlers, how many number of batsmen, all rounder, like that. They'll have a different categories, correct? Same way in football match also, who's there in forward, who's there in the defense, like that. They have some specific roles. Same concept. Even in warrior, in this one also, lieutenants, then major general. So they have different divisions and categories, right? Same way, to understand that particular viewdom, the names are being called out so that we will know whether what is the real strength, how to win over the war, how to make some specific arrangements. Okay. Kasi Raja, all are Viryavan, Chekitana. Next. Who's going to read next one? Nishai?
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay, I'll read the sloka, otherwise you will. Yudanasta Vikranta Uttama Ujaste Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyascha Sarva Eva Maharataha. Read the translation synonym.
Okay. Yudhamanu is Yudhamanu, Manu, and Cha is and. Vikranta, mighty. Uttamoja, Uttamoja, Cha, and Viryavan, very powerful. Saubhadra, the sons of Subhadra. Draupadeya, the sons of Draupadi. Cha, and Sarve, all. Eva, certainly. Maharatha, great chariot fighters. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. There are the mighty Yudhamanyu, the powerful Uttamauja, the sons of Subhadra and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters.
Okay, thank you. So here is calling two set of children. Okay, one set of children is from Arjuna, Subhadra's children. Abhimanyu is also there, and then Draupadi's children, Upa Pandavas. They are also there. Okay, considering great warriors in the previous slokas, if you see these are like kind of junior, sub-junior category, right? But still Duryodhana wants to point it out. What is he pointed out? They are don't underestimate them. Okay, so which means you cannot, they are like kind of chota, like very low. No, they are also equally qualified to come to the war. So which means the great Pandavas are also at higher level of fighting. Their sons are also equally competent enough to fight. Okay, so this is again in one way, given a situation, we need to understand and estimate properly. So in certain proper decision making situations, in certain situations, you need to see who are all assembled. Like let's say you want to convey certain aspect, you need to see who is assembled there. You need to see what is their competency. You need to understand what is their strength. You need to understand what is their skill. You cannot just like that. Okay, they are all this. No, you need to understand their lineage also. You need to understand what is the. So it involves so much of activity, but within a fraction of a second, you need to make a decision. So that is why Duryodhana is making these specific points. Don't underestimate anybody. Okay, and he's calling out them also to make sure that whatever Dronacharya wants to assemble, he has to make that point clear. Okay, like next one. So outwardly, if you see, what do you understand? Okay, Duryodhana is telling to Dronacharya these names. That's all. But internally, you need to go a little more deep dive to understand why he is specifically calling out these names, why he wants to use specific words also there. Okay, thanks. Next, Paramshil Mataji. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टा ये तान्निबोध द्विजोत्तम नायका मम सैन्यश्च समाज्ञार्थं तन्ब्रवीम्य चे.
Prabhuji Paramshil Mataji is in bus right now. She's reaching home in 10 minutes. Rajshri Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Synonyms. Asmakam, our. To, but. Vishishta, especially powerful. Ye, who. Tan, them. Niboda, just take note of. Be informed. Dvija Uttama, or best of the Brahmanas. Nayakaha, captains. Mama, my. Sannyasa, of the soldiers. Samyartam, for information. Tan, them. Bravimi, I'm speaking. Te, to you. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. Hare Krishna Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. It is Sainya. Okay, Sainyam, not Sanyasam. It is Sainyam. Sainyam means in the normal Hindi or Sainyam means the military. Okay, Sainyam or soldiers, whatever we. Okay, very nice sloka. This is also Asmakam tu Vishishtaye Tan Niboda Jvidotama. Okay, he's calling his Acharya. He's trying to glorify his Acharya. But actually, what is he trying to do? Mamaka Mama Sainyascha. Okay, Nayaka Mama Sainyascha. So this is also very important word. He could have just told that is Pandava side. This is our side. Correct. Generally, when we talk, how do we say? These are all the people who have arranged on that side. These are all people who are arranged on our side. Right. We will use the word our only. But here Duryodhana is using word Mama Sainyascha. So what does it indicate? Quickly.
Mine, Mama means mine.
Anyone?
So
These are the people who have come
Mama,
to
mine.
fight
Which
for
means he is very
Ahankar.
me. Correct. So what does it indicate? Ahankar, exactly. He is very, very ego. He is very, very greedy. He is very, very selfish, right? So he is thinking this entire fight is for me. Entire people have assembled for my sake, and I just called them for fight. They have all come, and they are going to fight for me. Which means what? If war is not for war has got multiple purposes. The main purpose here is what this Duryodhana wants. They are all come here for me, and I am going to win. I have to become the emperor. I have to become the samrat. So the word mama, the word same mama was used by his father also. Right? Mama ka Pandavaschaiva. The same word mama is also used by Duryodhana, which means they are always in that mood that whatever happens is for them only. Whatever has to do is for them only. So it indicates his lot of selfishness, ahankar, and then this one. Okay. So he's making that point also. So far you heard about others. I told you about now, but I'm going to tell you about Nayaka. Nayaka also, the word Nayaka is used here. There it was Narapungavaha. Narapungava means best among the men. Here Nayaka. Nayaka means the top kind of heroes, captains. Okay. So you can see that words, usage of words between both the sides also. Okay. Yeah. Next.
भवान् भीष्मस्य कर्णस्य कृपास्य समितिं जया अश्वत्थामा विकर्णस्य सौभाद्यतत्त्वस्य a synonym. Bhavan, your good self. Grandfather Bhishma. Cha, also. Karna, Cha, and Kripa. Cha, and Samitim Jeha. Always victorious in battle. Ashwathama. Vikarna. Cha, as well as Samudya, the son of Samadya. Tatha, as well as Iva, certainly. Cha, also. Translation. There are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and the son of Somadatta called Bhiresura, who are always victorious in battle. Purport by Sri Prabhupada. Duryodhana mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarna is the brother of Duryodhana. Ashwathama is the son of Dronacharya. Samudrati or Bhiresura is the son of king of Bahalikas. Karna is the half brother of Arjuna, as he was born of Kunti before her marriage with King Pandu. Kripacharya, twin sister, married Dronacharya.
Thank you. So here Karna is also there, right? So earlier when we were of the assumption Karna is not there, right? So here it means what? Karna was there, but his position was not as the commander in chief. But here it means Karna was there, but he was not at the front line. He was at the back. He was not at the main point. So some interpretations will convey Karna was not at all there. So some interpretations will convey Karna was there, but he was not the main point of person. Okay. So anyway, in whatever situation we need to see, main point is more about when did Karna come into picture of fighting and when did Bhishma Dev fell down. Okay. So this is where we need to make the point clear. So here Duryodhana started talking about his side of personalities. His side of personalities, first thing what? Tamam, you yourself are greatest personality, followed by Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, Somadatta, Bodhisattva. So these names are all mentioned, and then we all know about the word here. All of whom are ever victorious. Ever victorious means what? There's nothing called Samitim Jaya. Samitim Jaya means always victory only. There is nothing called defeat for them. Wherever they go, they will get only victory. So this means, another way of putting it is, what is the subtle message Duryodhana is putting? Anybody? What is the way he's putting?
He's on the losing side.
He's on the losing side. Okay.
Pandavas will be victorious for sure.
If he has ever victorious fighters, then he is going to win.
Okay. One way that is correct. The other way is a little more confident, overconfident also. See, sometimes you out of fear, sometimes out of this one, you know that no, you're losing, but still you'll feel like, okay, my side also good, okay, my side, because they're always win, which means they're a little more, actually speaking, high end of stupidity, high end of understanding that I'm overconfident. They're always victory, but actually speaking, here they're going to lose, they're going to die. Okay, so that is where we can understand the point. Okay, and Kripi is the sister of Dronacharya and married to Kripacharya. Okay, the next sloka.
अन्ये च बहवः शूरा यदर्थे त्यक्तजीवितः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदः. Anye, others, cha also, bahavaha, in great numbers, shuraha, heroes, myadarthe, for my sake, tyakta jivitaha, prepared to risk life, nana, many, shastra, weapons, praharanaha, equipped with survey, all of them, yuddha visharadaha, experienced in military science. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are many other heroes who are prepared to lie down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons, and all are experienced in military science. Purport. As far as the others are concerned, like Jayadratha, Kritavarma, and Shalya, all are determined to lie down their lives for Duryodhana's sake. In other words, it is already concluded that all of them would die in the battle of Kurukshetra for joining the party of sinful Duryodhana. Duryodhana was of course confident of his victory on account of the above-mentioned combined strength of his friends.
Thank you, Mataji. Nana Shastra Praharanaha. Okay, the word Nana Shastra is also important in this sloka. So they are all assembled, and most importantly, Anyecha Bhavecha Madharte Tyakta Jivitaha. The word Tyakta is used in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna for many slokas. Okay, Tyaktya Deham Punarjanma, Tyakta, which means giving up, which means surrender, which means you just leave it out. Okay. So, Tekta Jivitaha. So, in another way of understanding what is Duryodhana's point, see, these are all people, they will definitely fight for me. No doubt about it. Even if it is going to lose their life, they will do it for me. Which means he is very, very overconfident. We were kind of, yes, they are for me, and they have experience with Nana Shastra Praharana. They have equipped, they have utilized in the previous wars. They have fought many battles and all kind of weaponry, all kind of military. Sarve Yuddha Visharadaha. So all kind of things they have experienced. They are well equipped and skilled also. So I'm very confident. In the way he's putting it, but actually he's overconfident. Okay. And Prabhupada is making that point well. So, because you see, all these are, in one sense, all these kings, whomsoever mentioned, are all actually nice. Originally, they are nice Kshatriyas, they follow Dharma. However, just because they took up the party of Duryodhana, they are punished. Okay, Krishna is also making a very nice way. What is meant by Dharma? Dharma means at any situation, you need to follow what Krishna says, what is as per Shastra. Here, even though they were all very nice and good and whatever be it, but still, when there was a decision between Pandavas and Kurus, they had a lot of more fear because they will lose their because Kuru group is very big, large. Then they had that position fear, right? So this is also a very important decision making point. So sometimes you will feel that if I don't take up this side, I will lose my position, I will lose my power. Even though it is wrong, you will still go for that, right? That is what is very important. That is why they are punished. So why Krishna punishes them is because they didn't follow dharma. What is dharma? They are supposed to have followed Pandavas. They have because they everybody knows the Pandavas have been cheated, Pandavas have been betrayed, Pandavas have not got the actual whatever they got, but still they went to Kurus because of fear, because of losing their position, because of losing whatever happens. So Krishna wanted to teach a lesson to all these kings also, all the king and then their entire army also. That what is it? Whatever be the situation, you are supposed to follow dharma. You are supposed to stand against all the bad things. But because Kuru group is the entire thing is more of higher power and higher authority, you had the fear of losing. You had the fear of leaving out your positions. So that is why I need you to be punished. Clear? So the outward meaning is very simple. Duryodhana telling about this one. Internal meaning is also very important. Okay, last sloka today.
Prabhuji, one doubt here. As you mentioned that they were following the dharma, then if they're following, then why did they take decision to go on the adharma side?
So that is what. So they were following dharma, but still they had the position, the greed of position and power. So they had that fear also. If at all, if I go on the other side, this Kuru people will go and attack, and then they will try to take up their army, take up their position. They will get killed, whatever. So Duryodhana actually, when before the war, what happened was both the sides sent out. Like one side, all Pandava, the Arjuna and Bhima went to all the kings to seek support, like getting the support. This side, what happened? This side, Duryodhana also sent message to all these kings. But both the sides, what is the message was conveyed was, please support. But this side, Duryodhana gave a very strong warning. Okay, what is the strong warning is, if you are not joining me, anyway you will be punished. Anyway you will be get killed. After I will try to attack you, and then I will take over your kingdom. So that is what the message Duryodhana gave very subtly. You see now also if you see between two major powers, some of the major power will ask help. Other power will they'll sarcastically or indirectly give a warning. Hey, you have to supposed to join me. Otherwise, you are finished. What will happen? They will succumb to that particular thing and say, okay, we will go to, because that is why they were following correctly only, but because of the fear of their position, fear of their power, they're losing. They thought, okay. So this is where Krishna is making that point. Even though you are in the right, everything, but when it comes to a situation, you need to take a proper decision. But you fail to take that decision. You are succumb to your gratification. You are succumb to your sense gratification. You succumb to your own position and power. So I need to punish you. Okay, Mataji?
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
16. अपर्याप्तं तत् अस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्वइदम् पर्याप्तं त्वइदम् एषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितं. Synonym: अपर्याप्तं, immeasurable, such that asmakam, of our balam, strength, Bhishma, by grandfather Bhishma, abhirakshitam, perfectly protected, paryaptam, limited, true, but idam, all this, etisham, of the Pandavas, balam, strength, Bhima, by Bhima, abhirakshitam, carefully protected. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: our strength is immeasurable, and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. Purport: herein, an estimation of a comparative strength is made by Duryodhana
He thinks that the strength of his armed forces is immeasurable, being specifically protected by the most experienced general, grandfather Bhishma. On the other hand, the forces of Pandavas are limited, being protected by a less experienced general, Bhima, who is like a fish in the presence of Bhishma. Duryodhana was always envious of Bhima because he knew perfectly well that if he should die at all, he would only be killed by Bhima. But at the same time, he was confident of his victory on account of the presence of Bhishma, who was a far superior general. His conclusion that he would come out of the battle victorious was well ascertained. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, just to add another point to Mataji's question, previous one. So, we are following dharma, we are conscious, we are God fearing, everything. But what Krishna wants us to do is, with this following dharma, with this knowledge, we need to go a little above, one step above. When there is a situation, how do you act to the situation? We should not succumb to the situation. Duryodhana threatened them, right? So they had to succumb to that situation. So whenever there are threatening situations, you need to see how do you act. Okay, that is where the point is, where some of them went towards Pandavas and many of them went towards this Kuru people because of the threatening situation, because they were threatened. Okay, so now this will stop with this last sloka, very important, nice sloka. Every word in the sloka is also aparyaptam tad asmakam bhalam bhishma virakshitam. Paryaptam, two words are used, aparyaptam, paryaptam. Aparyaptam means immeasurable. Paryaptam means measurable, which means what? He is trying to put it in a very sarcastic way. See, our strength is immeasurable. We have so much, but theirs is very limited. Actually speaking, the count of the number of soldiers is also same way. Like, for example, it is 100% means it is only 70 or 50% only. Right? Same applies in Ramayana also. Okay, see here also it means that the number of foot soldiers, the volume, whatever be it, is less compared to the crew because it is very large. Okay, that is perfect. But the second point, aparyatam, we can understand. But the second point is very important. He's saying aparyatam tadasmakam bhalam bhishma birakshitam. So our main strength is on Bhishma Dev. When the great personality Bhishma Dev is there, nothing to worry. We will definitely be like that. He is kind of little over many way. But unfortunately, when you compare Bhishma, you are supposed to compare with the same personality. Okay, so Bhishma's personality cannot be compared with anybody else, right? But he doesn't know how to make comparisons. So how does he make? Paryattam tam idam yesham bhalam bhima virakshitam. Bhima is equal to whom? In one sense, Bhima is equal to whom? Bhima is equal to Duryodhana only. Right? Bhima cannot be equal to Dronacharya. Bhima cannot be equal to Bhishmadev. Bhima cannot be equal to Kripacharya. Bhima even, in fact, Bhima cannot be equal to Karna also. So Bhima means it is only Duryodhana. So you have to have equal comparison. So the comparison itself is wrong, first of all. Second way of understanding Bhalam Bhima Vinakshitam here means his main enemy is Bhima. Right, we all know that story. So when Draupadi's Vastrabharnam and then that thing happened, Draupadi took some vows. Okay, that will come in the next sections, but I'm just telling you. So in that section, Bhima will take some vows. In one of the vows, main thing is to kill Duryodhana, right? Duryodhana and all his brothers, Drishtadumna also, primarily Drishtadumna also, Duryodhana also. So always in his thought and always in his mind, his first enemy is not even Arjuna. His first enemy is not even Nakula Sahadeva. In fact, he will not even fight with Yudhishthira. His first enemy is only Bhima, right from their childhood. That we all know, right? So that is why. So he's the comparison. One way he is comparing correctly, aparyaptam, paryaptam, but the other way his comparison is totally irrelevant, totally wrong. Okay, so that is also very important. When you do some comparisons, you need to see what is the exact situation, and you need to compare exactly correct approximation. You cannot compare. Usually, we say don't compare apples and oranges. Same way, he's trying to. So if you see these last 4 to 6 slokas, conversation of this Duryodhana, we can see certain diplomatic way of putting it, certain ways which is kind of obviously not going to happen, certain ways he is not able to put it in the right sense also. But overall, what he wants to convey the message is very clear. What is the message he wants to clear? Fight has to happen, and Dronacharya has to should not show any leniency. He wants to show who are all assembled on Pandava's side, and don't underestimate them, and don't show leniency to them. And also who is assembled on my side. Word my is using specifically, and they are always ready to die for them. And he's trying to give this comparison. Okay. Okay, I think we will stop here today. Quickly rinse and repeat. What and all we saw. I want each of you. Okay, from next class, I think Rama Rasika Mataji also studied, Rama Remeti Mataji also. So next class, I think Sachisuta Prabhu will start reciting this next section. Okay, so alphabetical orderly, we stopped at Rameti Mataji and this one, right? Paramshil Mataji. Then next class, we will get Sachisuta Prabhu and Sampada Mataji, Sandeep Prabhu, Sriram Prabhu, Suresh Prabhu, and Murja Mataji. So that way we'll go.
Okay, Prabhu.
Reading order will continue that way. Okay, quickly, rapid fire. Just one line, whom and all understood what are all the slokas. I mean, we have seen 10 slokas, but most importantly, first sloka also we saw very detailedly. Well, let's wrap it up in 5 minutes, quickly, one by one. What and all we saw. Summary.
Prabhu, Kurukshetra is Dharma Kshetra and Kurukshetra both.
Very good. Thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhuji, the analogy of the weeds in the paddy field, it says that when Krishna is present, the father of religion, he's present, all the unwanted, people like Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhana and all others will be wiped out. This is like indirectly telling them that victory is going to be for the Pandavas.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We understood about the partial and greedy nature of King Dhritarashtra, who was the primary cause of this battle, and also the future of and the fate of the Kuru dynasty.
Thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Nishit. Go ahead.
Okay, so Prabhuji, I understood that Duryodhan was very overconfident and blind, and he was also very diplomatic and was very clever with his words.
Okay, good. Thank you. Next.
Duryodhana was feared internally while seeing the Pandavas' army, but he wanted to be politically correct.
Okay.
Duryodhana was warning Dronacharya and Bhishma that don't be lenient to the other party.
Correct. Okay, good. Thank you.
Each character represents some kind of behavior and manner, which we ultimately have to learn from them as part of the story of Mahabharata.
Correct. Very good.
This is about Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is, even though he's blind, but he's out of ignorance. He's being attached to the children, so that's where he's trying to differentiate Kauravas and Pandavas. And even though they should be considered as sons, but because of his attachment.
Yeah, importance of understanding what is exactly the fall down of an attachment. Okay, good. Thank you. Anyone want to tell about to Sanjaya?
Yeah, Prabhu. Sanjaya was very diplomatic. He was placing words to please his master. And so we need to learn from him how we can use diplomacy in a right way.
Perfect. Okay.
And just to add on, Sanjay has a knowledge. I mean, even how to speak in what situation and in terms of time, place, and location.
Okay. One is knowledge is important. Most importantly, application of the knowledge at the correct time is more important. right? So that is perfectly done by Sanjaya. Okay.
Thought that Dhritarashtra was blind from birth, but he was more blind towards his son. Like he was knowledgeable because of the attachment towards his son was so much. So that's why he couldn't take the proper decision, being a king.
Mm. So
Prabhu,
failure of duty. Go ahead.
yeah, Prabhu, also we learned we should not succumb and to taking a decision and joining the wrong party. We need to take a right decision using according to the dharma. Otherwise, we will be punished by Lord Krishna.
Correct. Very important. So even if there is a situation where you are ready to fail, we are going to die, but if you are still towards dharma, Krishna will protect us. Okay. So in Ramayana, we all know the story of Jatayu. Jatayu was not equally competent enough to fight against Ravana, but still Jatayu took the position of fight for Rama, and then he was ready to die. So dying doesn't mean failing. Dying sometimes meaning victorious also. Right? We all know the wonderful pastime of Jatayu story. Same if you compare to between here, these kings, if at all they know they are going to die, let us die. Even Marichi also. Marichi also represented the same thing. He was ready to die, but let me die anyway. Ravana said, "I will kill you." So Marichi made a good decision. Okay, anyway I'm going to die. Better let me die in the hands of Rama. Right? But these kings, because of the fear of the position and this one, let us go towards this side. And anyway that getting killed and punishment also. Okay, good. Thank you. Anything else? Last, any few points, then we can close the session.
Duryodhana is a very selfish and overconfident.
Selfish, overconfident. Okay.
Duryodhana compared Bhishma and Bhima.
So wrong, incorrect comparisons. Correct.
Yeah.
Good. Fine. Good. Okay, so
Hare
these are
Krishna.
nice. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We also learned that Sanjaya is a great devotee. Like, for example, he is a disciple of Vyasadeva, and by his mercy, he can see the battlefield from the room he was in with Dhritarashtra.
Correct. Vyasa Prasadam.
So by the mercy of his guru, he got that ability.
Correct. Good. Okay. So we'll conclude the session. Thank you all. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnava ki jai. So I'll put the next session shortly. Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.